G'day again. Welcome back to Dad vs Son, our playthrough of Combat Volume 2 from Compass Games, and we're playing the first scenario, Scenario 11. I'm calling it Scenario 1 because it's the first one in the book. Payback time. And we're about to go on with turn 9. And if you've been following along, you'll know that we're starting to get a bit surrounded in the middle there. So we've got Germans to the southwest of us. We've got Germans to the southeast of us. We've got Germans to the northeast, and we've got Germans to the north and northwest. And they're slowly constricting down on us and making life difficult. At the moment, we've had one American killed. This poor little bloke here, Private Butler. Sorry, there he is. There have been 7 Germans killed. 3 have retreated off the board. Now, realistically, by the rules, you know, they're supposed to duck back if they go off a neutral board edge and stuff like that. The trouble is there are no neutral board edges on this map, so I've just had them as retreating, running away, deserting, whatever the case may be. And we have buckets of shit going on. Okay, let's have a look down here. Charlie to start with. So we have our little man over here who has a light wound. That is Private Kowalski, who is evading at the moment. Now, my choices at the moment is to evade around up into this way to cut off the retreat of these 2 yellow blokes, who are both hiding this time, which is good for me. But it's going to depend on whether the Germans get some more reinforcements this turn, because they could come up into this area. If they do, then my best bet is probably going to be evade him back down around here somewhere to start to close in on these guys and take them out. So there's 2 blues down in here, and there's also a little yellow bug down here as well. I'm probably going to leave the camera sort of in this position because you can see just about everything that's going on. And it saves moving it around all the time. And that's why I put the dice tray in the middle. There's nothing happening there at the moment. So the rest of Charlie at the moment, I've got Private Hall here with an aimed fire. I thought about him throwing a grenade, but I didn't know what these guys were going to do. So I just thought, let's give him some aimed fire. The same here. So he's in trees. Private Holland is in trees in the gully here, just in case these blokes came down into this area, so he could blat them. And the Corporal is sitting up here. Now, he is in the open behind this small sort of ridge line here, or this hill. Again, in case anybody came over this way. And also he can blat down that way. Now, yes, he is in the open, but he's a fair distance away. So that's why it was a, do I run and gun him? Do I try and get him some cover? I thought about running and gunning back to here. That way he could still cover this area and out this way. But at the moment I've left him there. And then we have our A, which is our wounded guy with the captured German. They're hiding, and our medic is with them, and he's going to try and do something for our wounded guy who's guarding the German. So that's Charlie. With Bravo, we've got the BAR gunner over here. His bad wound has been bandaged, which was wonderful. He's aggressive, and I've given him aimed fire into this area here. I could have given him rapid fire, but I didn't want to take the Is it the -2? Yeah, it's a -2. I thought give him the best chance to get some rounds off and do some good. He's in cover, so that's good. If he takes another wound or anything, then yeah, we could be in trouble, but that's what I'm trying for. Our other Baker boys are up here. So I've got this guy who's still cautious. So he's going to rally again, hopefully. And this guy I've got evading. I want to get him up into here, into B, where our poor wounded Private Connell is still meleeing with Schultz, Soldat Schultz. So I want to get up there and try and help again. Now, I've already lost one man doing that. So it's a bit of a, we'll see what happens. So O'Connell's up here for Alpha, or Abel, I should say. And we've got a run and gun here for the sergeant to see what we can do there. So hopefully we can blat off a few things and see what we can do. German-wise, we've got runs and guns, hiding, suppressive fire, sneaking, hiding, evading, bit of everything. The initiative this time didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to, because I remember I showed you the card at the last time, 42, 66, 92. Wasn't really looking good. But the Germans picked up a 5, 37, 89, 97. So it's going to be blue, red, Charlie, Baker, white, Abel, yellow. And now we have to roll up, and see what we get. Reinforcement-wise. So, again, Germans, 5 to 9, they get reinforcements. And again, they've rolled a 5, so we need to work out what package they get. And it's going to be package 3. So this time they're going to get, oh, goody gumdrops, 5 enemy with sprint orders. So I'll set them up and then show you where they are. It won't be long. Righto, so as you can see, these are our 5 new ones. We've got at least one for every team there, and they're all a sprint 5, so they're going to be coming down this way towards the southwest. Again, I would think trying to come around and block us off here. So, yeah, it's turning dangerous. So, this, I think, is still the about the best to keep the camera. Stuff it. I'll just move it around as we need to. So let's go with there to start with, because we're going to start with Baloo. So let's get into it. Okay. Oh, sorry. Earthquake, bumping stuff already. That's why I didn't want to really move it around too much. Apologies. Okay, here we go. So blues. We have a sprint 5, so he does a 1 to there. We have a sprint 5, 1 to there. We have this guy here who is an evade 5, 6. So he's going to come down here. And remember, all our people are spotted now, so it'll just be us Americans trying to do some spotting. So that's there. Then we'll come over this way. And we have an aimed fire here, so he's doing nothing. And this guy has decided to hide for some reason. I'm not sure why, but he did. And then we have these gentlemen over here. So we have, this guy is a run and gun 4. So he's another one that's going to run off the board. I checked that a couple of times. That's what he's going to do. He's gotten a bit scared or something. I'm not sure why. This guy is hiding. And this guy under here is a run and gun 6. So he is going to run up with Mr. White there. And now we just need to check whether he passes his TQ check. And he is a 4. And he does pass, so he maintains his order. Okay, so we'll put him under there with his little bead. Like that. And that should be all of the blues. Yes. Okay, so next up is red. So let's just move this up here and over. Like, can we? No, we can't quite. Okay, so we'll do these first 3. Okay, so we have a sprint 5 into the trees. So again, we need to do a TQ check. He gets an 8, he fails, and he is a duck back. So that slowed him down at least. We have this guy who is a sneak, so he's not going anywhere. We have this guy who is an evade 4. Evade 2, because he is routing. So he's going to evade over to there. And the last one is our little man on the side here, who evades off onto the German side. And so he has escaped and run away. Right. So we go, that's all the reds. Yes, I just didn't mark him. Here we go. Put our little mark on him. So we're up to Charlie. So let's come down this way. Okay. So we've got nobody up this way. So I'm going to take the chance to bring this guy around. He's going to go 1 into there and evade. We have an aimed fire here. And now I don't believe he can see anybody because he's got trees all around him. So, no, you can't see anybody. So that's there. We have the aim fire in the gully who can't do anything. We have our 2 little men in here hiding and medicing. And we have our aim fire here, so he can't do anything either at the moment. So that's all 6 of Charlie done. And we go on to Baker, who are over this way. Okay, so the first one we have is an aim fire for our BAR. Nothing happening. We have a rally. And we have an evade up into there. Now, none of these blokes can see anybody, so that's fine. Now, our little BAR gunner here can't see there, but he can see here. So he's going to try and spot this guy here. Okay, let's bring this back. Oops. Let's work it out. So he is at a range of 1, 2, 3 to this guy here. And a range of 3 is a +1. And this guy is aimed fire in woods, which we know is a -2. So we're at -1. We're at -2 for the wound. We're +2 for aggressive, so that wipes that out. So we have a 5. 5 or less to spot. And we do spot. And this is Soldat Fuchs. Okay, so he is spotted. Now, you can't see that guy, and he can't see that guy, so that's fine. And we've got the hill in the way there, so he can't see anybody. So what we need to look at then is our rally man. There's nobody to spot there, and this guy can't see anything. Now, can he see him? No, he can't. So that is that. Righto, we're on to white. So we'll start up the top. There's one up there. There he is. And he is going to sprint 5. We'll just chuck him in there for a moment. And again, he sprinted into trees. So let's have a look. So 4 or less. Yes, so he maintains his order. There he goes. Our next white one is up here, who has a sneak, so he's not doing anything this impulse. No whites to the right, no whites there, so it's down here again. And what we have here is a run and gun 6, so he runs up into the trees here. So again, we're looking at a 4 or less to see what happens. He gets a 5, so he's going to be a duck back. Run and gun 6-5 goes in there, and he ducks back. And then we have an aim fire here, and he does nothing. There's nobody for him to spot or anything else. And we go on to Able. Okay, so our first Able, let's bring this up here, is our little man here, and he has a run and gun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run him to here. Now, he doesn't have to automatically duck back, so I'm not going to duck him back. I'm going to keep him there. It's only with sprint that they have to automatically duck back. I have been ducking him back most of the time, but I can't afford to this time because I want to try and spot people. So I can't spot him through that tree, but I can spot him in the marsh there. So let's do that one first. Let's put that by him. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into the marsh. Now I don't... Yep. Okay, 7 is a 0 modifier. And we have a marsh. And he has a slow suppression order. So suppressive fire is a -2. So our man here is a 6. So we want 4 or less to spot him. And we do not. Who else can we try and spot? We can try and spot that blue one, and that blue one, and that red one, and that's it. Okay, so blue, blue, red. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all 10, so it's all a 0 modifier. For range, so this first bloke is in the open with sprint. So it's a +2. So we now have an 8 or less to spot him. And we get a 7. So this guy is spotted. And that's Soldat Wolf. Okay. And the next guy, same thing, and is spotted. And that is Soldat Abbas. And then the red guy is a duck back in trees. Sorry, I had a sprint in the open. Yeah, that's right. And then duck back in trees. It's a -2. So we have a 4 or less. And we do not spot him. Okay. So then we have our wounded Private O'Connell with his melee. So he is doing nothing like that. And that leaves yellow. So we'll start up the top. We have a sprint 6. He goes into here. Sprint 5, idiot. So we'll do his, bumping camera. He fails, so he's a duck back. There we go. This guy is a slow suppressive fire, so he's not going to do anything. This guy is a run and gun 5-6, so he's going to run into the trees. And again, we're looking at a 4 or under. He passes, so he maintains his order. And we have our 2 over here to the northeast, who are both hiding. So they're done. And we have 1 bloke to the southeast who is sneaking, so he's not going to do anything. And we have no yellows to the southwest, sorry. Okay, now, so is that everybody? And it is. Righto. Put that on him. Okay, on to Impulse 2. So first up, blues. Let's start up the top. So we have a sprint 5, so he's going to come in here with red. And he is a 5 or under. And he passes, so he'll go for his second one to here. And does he pass? And he does, so he's still sprinting. Like that. Now, am I doing that right? Or hang on a ticky. Sprint, I think, is different. I think I'm doing a run and gun for them at the moment, the way I'm doing it. Let me grab the right book. I think they sprint, they automatically. Sprint. Okay. No, they automatically. Sorry. My apologies. Okay. So the first time they enter, they automatically duck back. If they could go a different direction, then that would change. So let's just take these back here. We had 601, 701, 801, 901, 1001. So this bloke went like that, bang, he was ducked back. So that's good. He went sprint to there and he ducks back. Sprint to there and he ducks back. Sprint to there, he was right. And he went from 1001 to there and he was right. Okay. So grab a couple of duck backs. I'm sorry about that, but I'd rather get it right if I can. So he would have ducked back, so now he is hiding. And he was sprinting, and he was right. He was ducky backy. Okay. He's a sprint 5, so he's a duck back. And he ducked back and he was fine. So this one is the only one now that goes sprint, sprint, and then gets a duck back. Like that. Okay. That makes more sense. It's only the run and gun where they do the TQ check. Okay, sprint 5. Get that out of there. Okay, so that is the blues. So I need to... That one. That one. That one. So the blues are both done. He went from duck back to hide, and he went forward and got duck back. Okay. This guy here is evading 5, 6. He went 5. Now he goes 6 to here. Over to the right. We have an aimed fire, but he can't see anyone. And we have a hide, so he can't do anything. Right, and then we're down here. Okay. So again, this is a run and gun 6. So he is going to run up here, and we check him because it's a run and gun. And he is a 4, and he passes. So he stays as a run and gun. He's trying to get around our flank there as well. We have a hide here, so he does nothing. And we have a... Oh, excuse me. A run and gun. I ran him because he couldn't see anybody, okay? He's a run and gun 4. Right. Now, he can see my BAR gunner. And he can see my medic and stuff up there. Okay, now these guys are in the open. Now, if he shoots up in there, he's likely to hit his own. There's a chance he could hit his own bloke. Now, the distance up to there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 straight up for his rifle, which is a -2. Plus he's got another -2, that's -4. At hide in the open is a -6. Or medical aid. So -4 would be the best that he could get up there for shooting at the medic. And a no order is a +1. So actually, -3 would be his person. So he's got more chance of hitting his person than on hitting us. If he shoots up to here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a 0 modifier, and we have aim fire in trees, which is a -2. So he's -4 to shoot here. He's -3, 4, or 5 to shoot up here. So realistically, I think he would shoot here. But he wants to save his guy. Okay, I'm going to roll it off. This will be 0 through 4. This will be 5 through 9. It's 7. He's going to shoot over here. Okay, so it's a... Let's see what he gets. He gets an 8, so he doesn't hit anything. But I think that was the best way to go about it. Either way, he would have missed everybody, so that's fine. So that's blue done. Then we go on to red. There are no reds down here, no reds there. The only reds we have is to the north of the board now, up here. So we have this guy who's a duckback, is now hiding. We have this guy who is sneaking 2, 3, so he's going to sneak to there. We have this guy here who is evading 2, and we'll go up there. And that's all the reds, because the other bloke went off the board. So we're now on Charlie. So we're back over this side. We'll bring this down here so you can see all of Charlie. We'll start with this little man here, and he's going to evade up to here. We have an aimed fire here. He can't see anything. We have an aimed fire here. He can't see anything. These guys are hiding and medicing. Can't do anything, which leaves our little man here who can see and shoot at white. Can see blue. Can you see what I see? No, you can't. Okay, so what I was saying is he can see and shoot at white because he's spotted. He can try and spot blue there. Can't do anything there, can't do anything there, and can't do anything with these. So he's going to shoot at white and then try and spot blue. Righto. So the distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with a a grease gun, and 13 is a -4, just for the fun of it. Okay, and this guy is an aim fire in tree, so we're down to -6, and we are a 6, so we need a 0 to hit. And we get a 4 for the first burst, a 1 for the second burst, and a 4 for the third burst, so nothing there. So then we do our spotting. So it's going to be the same distance. 13 is a -1, and this guy is hide in trees. Is -4. He's a 7, so we want 3 or less to spot him. Oh, sorry. 5, no go. Okay, so that's Charlie done. And we go on to Baker. Okay, so we'll leave that there. We know we are rallying. We know that we are evading, and we're going to evade up into B. There we go. So our Private Moore, this little man here, has now gone up with poor old Private O'Connell to try and take on that madly wonderful Soldat Schulz. Okay, so he's done. So they're done, which leaves us with our little gunner man. So he can shoot there. Can't see there. Can see there. So he can shoot there, or he can shoot there. And this is the most dangerous guy because he's aimed fire. This bloke's less because he is a run and gun. So we're going to shoot here. So we have a range of 1, 2, 3. For a BAR is +1. We know it's -2 for the terrain, so we're at -1. -1 and -1 with the aggressive is blank, so we have 5. 5 or less to hit. We get a 2 and we hit. Yeah! Ah! Okay. Enemy event. So let's grab the table for the enemy attack events. Here we go. And it's a 0. No problem, roll immediately on the friendly event table. Oh, that's nice. Okay, friendly event table is a 9. Uh-oh, roll immediately on the enemy event table. Dun, dun, dun. 6. Reinforcements. Place new enemy characters in hexes 34, 16, 34, 17, 34, 18. All begin alerted. All receive evade 6 orders when they arrive. Okay, give me a tick and I'll do that. Rightio, back again and there they are. All 5 of them, evade 6. Trying to cut off my man who's evading up around there. Yeah. Okay, so we've done the enemy event. I can get rid of the book again, and it says roll, blah, blah, draw another card to replace this one, then shuffle the friendly card deck and discard pile. Okay, draw another card to replace it. There's the card, and now I'm going to shuffle. And then we can check to see what damage, if anything, we've done to Mr. White down there. And we hit him. Okay, so let's just bring this over here again. And we have a bad wound. So we'll stick a bad wound on him. There he is. So we know that that's gone now. We'll put a duck back on him. Aim fire goes away. Duck back comes out. Okay, and we need to do his wound morale check. So he is a 5 -3. So 2 or less. Oh, he goes down 3 levels because he failed, got a 9. So he goes from normal to shaken, cautious to shaken to rout. He is routing straight away. Boop, boop, with his duck back. Like that. Okay, now that was, I can't remember now, was that his first burst, second burst, third burst? I thought it was his first. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to roll 1 more burst. So we wanted 5 or less. It's a 9. So we'll take a low ammo. And there he is, low ammo. Okay, so he is done. And that's all of Baker done. So we go on to White. Okay, so we know that this bloke is a duckback, becomes a hide. We know that this bloke is a duckback and becomes a hide as well. I'm just swapping them over since they're going to be playing silly buggers together. The only other whites are up top here. So this guy is a duck back, becomes a hide. And this guy is a sneak 5. We'll sneak up there. And that is white done. Now I can't remember if I screwed up and I snuck him along last time, but I don't think so. Okay, Abel. Righto, so now Abel, our wounded guy, can try and hit the Soldat Schultz. So he is a 4, but he is shaken for a -2 with 2 light wounds, so he needs a 0 to hit him. He gets a 7, no go. And then we have our run and gun man. Righto. Now, can't see them, can't see him, can't see him, can see him in the marsh. And he's an aimed fire? Suppressive fire, that's right. So he can't do me a lot of damage other than maybe morale. I can try and spot him, but that's as far as I can go there. So we're going to have to shoot here. Righto. So we have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For a grease gun. 7 for a grease gun is a -2. We have -4 because we're running and gunning. And we have suppressive fire in marsh, -6. And we are a 7. So we want 0, 1, 3 bursts. Here's the first one. A 0. So I think, again, that is worth a bold. And we have a bad wound on him. Which means he will become a duck back for the other 2 bursts. Right. We'll get rid of this. Put a duck back there. And now we do his wound morale check. Sorry, what am I doing? He hasn't been spotted. Has he? You're a dickhead, O'Brien. Okay, so we've got to put that card back. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We got a 0, so he's spotted. That's all we can do there. And it's Soldat Koch. Okay, so he is spotted and he has his slow suppressive fire. My apologies. Duh. That bold goes away. Duh. Okay. So he spotted him now. That's the main thing. And he can try and spot red over there. So we have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is a 0 modifier. And we have hide in the open. Here's a -2. So we have a 6. That's a 4 or less. No, we don't spot him. Yeah, that was stupid. Sorry. Apologies. That's Alpha, Abel done, sorry, and we've got yellow to do. So we have a duck back here, becomes a hide. We have a slow suppressive fire, which was a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For a rifle, that's a 0 modifier. So he is simply a... Oh, I can't see it, sorry. He's a 5. He hits, so we have to do a morale check. And our morale is sucks. We fail, so we go down one. And he makes us cautious. Not bold, we're cautious. That was nasty. Okay. Next one is the run and the gun. And he can't see anyone. So he is going to run. He ran 5, now he runs 6 into the marsh. Like that. Then we have our 2 guys hiding up the top. And we have our guy sneaking down the bottom. He's sneaking 4. So he sneaks down towards the bottom. But then he sneaks 5 next time. So the only guy now that can move is this yellow one over here, who is an evade 6 and goes up there. And that's the end of Impulse 2. We go on to Impulse 3. And we have blue first. So let's start over here. We have an evade 6. He goes to there. We have an aimed fire. He can't see anybody. We have a hide. We do have a hide playing the game that we're playing. The way we're playing it, that's for sure. Okay, we'll come back over this way. And we'll do these guys down here. Okay, so we have a hide. We have a run and gun 4. So he runs to here. Now he's going to have a target next time, so he's not going to run off the board. And we have a run and gun 6, so he runs into the trees, and we do a TQ for him. It's a 4 or less. He fails, so he becomes a a duck back. Run and gun 6. And duck back. Right, and then we go north to Alaska. No, not quite. There we go. Okay. And we have a duck back becomes a hide. We have a hide which remains a hide. And we have an evade 5, 6. So he is going to go 5 to there. And that is all blues. And then we have red. So again, there's only, oh no, there's more reds up there now. Okay. So this guy is a hide. This guy is a sneak, so goes nowhere. This guy is an evade 2. And then we have our, blokes over here, which are evade 6s. So he evades up to there. And he evades up to there. And that's all the reds done. Okay, and we go on to Charlie. So let's leave it there for the moment, like that. Okay, so this guy here, we're going to evade him up to here. So he is done. Sun has entered the cave.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be back at the table sooner or later, but at the moment I'm going through a little bit of early stage man flu.
Okay, so that's one. We have an aimed fire here, but he can't see anybody. We have an aimed fire here. We have a hide and a medic playing medic over here. And then, same thing again, we have our corporal here with aimed fire who can't shoot at anybody because it's the third impulse. Right, next is Baker. Okay, so we'll come over here to Baker. We have Mr. Baker up in B. It's third impulse, so he can't melee. We have Mr. Baker here rallying. He's not doing anything. So that leaves this guy here. And I think what he's going to do this time is he's going to fire at this guy when he can, but he can't at the moment. So, done. White. We have a hide here and a hide here. So they're not doing anything. You can't see them, can you? There you go. Hide and hide. We have one white over on the right hand side over to the east. He's just that evade up to there. We have a sneak to the north, so he's not doing anything. And we have a hide right up to the north, and he's not doing anything either, which brings us to Abel. So again, our wounded Private O'Connell can't do anything because he's in melee, which leaves our cautious run and gun man. So he has to run. I don't want to run away that way, so he's going to run back here. Now he's in the open, but he's got to stay within the leadership range of this guy to help him rally. Okay. So that is Abel done, which leaves yellow. Okay, so we're one yellow up the top to start with, which is a hide. We have one yellow up the top who is a slow suppression. This guy is a run and gun 5-6, so he is going to run 6 this time into there. Now he's run into a stream, so I think what's it gonna do? Depression. No, it's not rough terrain, so it doesn't matter. Oh, there he goes. We have 2 hiding. And we have over this side and down here. You can't see him down here. We have a sneaky man down the bottom there. And we have Mr. Evade 6 here. And that should be everybody on the board. And we go into Impulse 4, and we start with blue. So we'll just start with this guy here, Evade 6. Up he goes. Aim fire, nobody to shoot at. Hiding, nothing to do. We come over here. And right here, where you can't see, we have our run and gun guy right on the southern border there. So he can gun up here. He has a rifle. So he's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 modifier for range. He's -2 for his run and gun. And he's -2 for aim fire in there. So it's -4. He's a 3, so he needs a 0 to start with. And he does not get it. And he is done. This guy is hiding and is done. This guy is ducked back, so he's now hiding and is done. Which takes us to the north. We have a hide, we have a hide, and we have an evade 5-6, so he's going to evade up there. And that's all the blues done. We go on to reds. We have a hide. We have a sneak 3 down to here. We have an evade 2 up to here. Over to the right, we have our evade 6 and evade 6, like that. Then we have Charlie. Okay, so we're going to go up into here, into the trees, like that. Can't see anybody. Can't see anybody. Hiding and medicing, which leaves the corporal for aimed fire. He can see him and shoot at him. He can see him and try and spot him, and that's it. So we're going to shoot there to start with. A range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. With a grease gun, of course, is a -4. With hide in trees is a -4, is -8. So, yeah, we just can't take the shot. Simple as that. You'd need a 0 to start with. Nah, nothing happening. So then we're doing a spot here. Spotting check. So we have a 13. Sorry, you couldn't see. So we tried to shoot him, of course, there. We're trying to spot here. So it's 13, which is a -1. And he's hiding in trees, which is a -3. So but with -4, he is a 7. So we're 3 or less. 6, no go. And that is Charlie finished. And we move on to Baker. Okay. So the first Baker is this guy who is rallying. Then we have Baker here, who is going to shoot down at this run and gun guy down here, who is in the open with his BAR. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to him. For a BAR, a 6 is 0 range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 3 there for his 3 bursts so I don't forget. This guy is run and gun in the open. Turn it back over to targeting. In the open is a -1. Okay. So we have -1, -2, +2 is 0. So again, we need 5 or less to hit. First one, we hit. We have 2 left. The first hit is a bad wound. Okay. So we have a bad wound on him. His run and gun 4 goes away. And he gets a duck back. Run and gun 4. Oh, come on, I had it just there a minute ago. Run and gun 4. Oh. That's okay, I'll find it later. So he gets a duck back. Does his wound morale check. So he is at a 4 -3, 0 or 1. Gets an 8, goes down 2. So goes from normal through cautious to shaken. Okay, our second burst, far changing now because he is a duck back. So range made no difference. Duck back in the open is a 0. So we are -1, +2, so we're +1, so 6 or less. We get a 2 and hit him again. Killed in action. So this guy is gone. those counters over there out of the way. And he is done. Which leaves us with one baker boy left, who's now in the melee. Okay. So he is a 5. Yay! So he wants 5 or less to hit. Gets a 6. Would you bloody believe it? Jesus, my Christ. Okay, so that's Baker finished. We go on to white. So we have a hide and we have a hide. There. We come up here and we have a hide. And here we have a sneak 6. And over here we have an evade 6. And that is all the whites. Yep. Which brings us to yellow. Okay, so we have one yellow over here, so we'll do him like that. We have the yellow down the bottom here, who's sneaking 5. So he's in the trees there. These two are hiding. There are none down the bottom, so it's just these 3 up the top here. What am I doing? I was supposed to do Abel first. It's not going to affect any of those over there, so yeah. Duh. Okay. Shit's sake. I'm going to do the melee first. So O'Connell needs a 0. Does not. He's done. Okay. And we have a gun. And he can shoot at either of them. And then he can try and spot him. He could shoot at him. Shoot at him. Can't spot him. He's better off coming in for these guys here again. So he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a grease gun, so he's got 3 bursts. An 8 on a grease gun is a -2. He's a running gun, which is -4. We have a slow suppression in marsh. Suppression is marsh is -6. And he is a 6. So 0. Gets a 6. No go. First burst. Second burst is a 9. He's now low ammo. Third burst, 9, out of ammo. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, now the rest of the yellows. Hiding, doing nothing. We have a run and gun. I've got to do the closest guy first. Sorry. So we have suppressive fire. At 7 is a 0 modifier. So it's this guy who is a 5. Gets a hit. And it's a light wound. Okay. He takes a light wound, and now he has to do his a wound morale check. So he is a 6 -2, 4 or less. Gets a 4, so goes down 1. So he goes down to shaken. Hang on, that was... Sorry. Sorry. He doesn't get that. This was suppressive fire, so he can't get a wound. That card goes back. All of this is a morale check. He passed the morale check. So he doesn't go down any further. That was suppressive fire. Then we've got range 8 for a rifle and with the run and gun. Okay, now this time we have a run and gun in the open. Excuse me, is a -1. -2, -3, and he is a 3, so therefore a 0 to hit. He gets a 7, so there's no hit. I'm terribly sorry about how messy that was. And then lucky last, Soldat Schultz is going to try and hurt this guy because he can. 3 or less. Here we go. And he rolls a 0. Jesus Christ. So we know that's a light wound. This guy is just... Okay, so wound morale check. We have a -1, a 6, 5 or less. We get a 1, so we go down 1. And he is now cautious. Wow. He's killed 1 guy, he's wounded 2 guys, and he hasn't taken a scratch himself yet. Oh, I just love it. I love it. Okay, so that brings us to the end of that. So it's the end of turn stuff. We have the medic. So he's going to try and patch up, what's his face? Private Maloney. Okay, so here we go. The medic is a 4. 4 or less. No. Go. Okay. So that didn't help. And then we have the rally for our little man here. Now he gets the Duva. What's it? You know what I'm talking about. The leader help. Rally. Bonus of +1 if it's within leader range of the... Yes, he is. Okay, so he's got a +1. So he is a 4 +1 is a 5. So 5 or under. And he does it. So he rallies from shaken to cautious. But our poor old sergeant now is out of ammo and cautious, so we're going to have to pull him back. So he's out of the way so he can reload and try and rally himself and everything else. None of the Germans were rallying this time or anything. Righto, so a broad look at what's going on now. If we start up in the north and just scan across the north, you can see that we've got a whole swag of troops up there in the northwest with some troops to the north, and then we have troops to the northeast, all the Germans. We have Germans, including another yellow one down here. So we have 3 troops here, or potential troops, to the southeast. And we have, at the moment, another 4 troops to the southwest. Now, yeah, some of those are routing and all the rest of it. You know, one here routing, and I think there's another one up there routing. But they're squeezing us in. We're taking injuries. You know, we've had a bad wound that's been bandaged here. We're cautious here. We're cautious here. We're out of ammo here. We're low on ammo here. Both of our people up here in this melee are wounded. One with 2 light wounds who's shaken, and one with 1 light wound who's cautious. And our shaken guy's also low on ammo. And over here, this guy now is getting surrounded, so he's going to go to shooty mode next time and hopefully knock off some of these guys. And the same here, you know, these guys are going to have to maybe do a bit of a run gun sort of thing as well. And our medic's going to have to stay. Well, he's not going to be able to medic this time. I'm going to have to move these guys down into the gully so they can't be shot at by anybody, which means that they're not going to have a chance to do much for another turn. Or I simply ignore trying to fix him up, but that'll lose me points at the end, victory points. And then bring the medic forward to help in the firefight sort of thing. So, yeah, a few things that can go on. This one's dragged on a bit. I've gone backwards and forwards and sideways and all the rest of it. So, again, I apologise, but it's so spread out now and there's so many pieces on the board. It is interesting. And that's why I haven't been working it as the usual, you know, left to right, closest to furthest or anything else. I've been trying to do it in zones because that makes a little more sense. But I keep forgetting things like the sergeant could have done again a spotting on that red guy up the top there. So, you know, it's just little things like that. And the corporal could have tried to spot again and the blue guy down here over this way. So thanks again for watching. We're going to turn 10 next time, so only 3 turns left to go. So this is interesting. And then, like I said, after this one, my intent is to try and do the next scenario, which I think has vehicles in it. Does it or doesn't it? Draw enemy characters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's got 2 Panzer 4Hs. So the idea is to try and do that one to get used to the vehicle usage sort of thing. Again, it's 12 turns, so yeah, it's going to take a while. And we'll go from there. So thanks for coming along for the ride, putting up with the dadisms and everything else, and take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.